Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, now I look the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway. I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be drunk.
Hey Internet, Dracofunk here, and welcome back to my Reusable Space program. This is episode 3, and I'm finally doing it. I'm releasing the space trucks. Well, at least the next 2. But before we can do that, we need to build a truck stop in orbit. And right now, these 4 launches are the main parts of the truck stop. It's the core, the truss, and 2 sets of docking ports. And I'm just trying to get them into orbit right now. And as you can see, all 4 parts are almost there. The truss is doing a little bit of a correction because it's kind of a little bit of a wonky situation, but the docking ports and the station core seem to be getting in orbit, and there we go. I don't know what, yeah, there we are. I don't know why the video is blacking out here, but these are the space trucks, and it's weird that the top one blacked out. I don't know what's going on there. Something happened in the video editing. There it is. Alright, so these are the 6 remaining space trucks. Because Space Truck 1 and 2 are already in space and already doing jobs. But Space Truck 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all on their way into space, making various trips to get into orbit, and all of it seems to be going pretty standard, except for Space Truck 3. Space Truck 3 is having a little bit of a hard time. Yep, everybody's under their own power now. And most everybody is just fixing their orbits. And except for Space Truck 3. Space Truck 3 is really struggling. There we go, let's fix that. So, yeah, it's in this really highly elliptical orbit, and it's getting really way into the atmosphere, and it's almost overheating, but we're going up now. We're gonna make it, but it's going to end up using more fuel than the other space trucks, which could be a problem, because before we can start doing regular work, we have to get the station built. So their first jobs are going to be getting the station put together. And the way I'm going to do this is technically the first ones up get the first pick of jobs. So even though to you guys we launched them all at the same time, these were launched in numerical order, so Space Truck 3 actually is going to get the pick of the first job. I'm getting this back into about 100-kilometer orbit. It's probably close enough right there. So Scherner Kerman is who we got in Space Truck 3. So Scherner has his pick of the first jobs, but we are not done yet, because this are some things that need to be So these are 6 modules that will go up for the truck stop station, shedding their boosters. Most of these are various types of tanks. A little bit of damage to one of the jet engine boosters. Oh well. But these are tanks. 3 of them are the liquid tanks, as most of the space trucks use liquid. One of them is a liquid oxygen tank. One of them is a monopropellant tank. And you can see as they shed their fairings what they all are. And then the last one, which is not the last one to shed their fairing, is a passenger compartment, just so there's extra room on the station, just to give them some extra living space. But now that we have all the space trucks in orbit, here's a little music video to the spin wires start to ignite.
Tonight, that girl's got no place to hide. I think I might start to ignite. 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 I got a riot to incite, and I think I might start to ignite. Start to ignite, start to ignite, start to ignite, start to ignite. Hey! Hey!
And that was Start to Ignite by the Spin Wires. Just a little bit of an intro. And here we are now, Space Truck 3. And we are about to get started on its first job. Now, I haven't exactly figured out how the pay is going to work, but I think I'm going to do like a point system. And the first job should be picking up the station core for the truck stop, which would technically pay more, but also requires a little bit more fuel, and it'd probably be better if it went and picked up the truss. So that's what we're gonna do first. Which the truss is a little bit different. It's a little bit bigger than some of the other station trusses I've designed. It's meant to hold the big tanks Plus, it has places for solar panels and radiators. I believe it has 3 solar panels on it. So I did not use the folding out ones like I did for the other stations. And I'm slightly concerned that this might not provide enough power, but we'll see. And the idea is the space trucks as well as the station is all a civilian organization driven by profits. And that's why I kind of wanted to design the space trucks to be... I didn't design them to look pretty. I designed them to look utilitarian. That's why they didn't use fairings, because fairings cost money, and who wants to spend extra money on aerodynamics? The space trucks are supposed to be all about the bottom line. So here we are arriving at the truss. Now, normally the space trucks are designed to pull pieces of equipment and cargo, but for this one, we're going to kind of push it around. And the truss isn't very heavy, so it shouldn't be a problem. Kind of eyeballed my orientation, and then I'm using the nav ball to kind of guide myself in. So if you kind of lead the direction that above or to the right or the left of whichever direction you need to go, that means that's the way you're heading. And then once you get everything settled, just get that direction marker right in the middle. And there we are. Come on, let the magnetic forces go. Shut off RCS. Use the reaction wheels just to turn and get a little bit. There we go. And the organization said, ooh, a little bouncy. The organization said that any fuel left in the rockets is fair game, so free fuel. And this is really, really what Space Truck 3 needed, so that'll fill their tanks. Now, Scherner is going to have to wait, because since he is not the first space truck, he's going to have to sit here and wait for Space Truck 4 to pick up the core and get its orbit established before delivering the truss. And here we are with Space Truck 4, and we have Malling and Verney. And they have opted to go pick up the station core. And as you can see, each of the space trucks kind of use a different design, and well, a slightly different design. They're always variations on the same theme. And I wanted each one to use a different flag and use a different cockpit or pod or something. So I kind of got creative, and I still wanted them all to have kind of a utilitarian feel. And I tried to get them all to have roughly the same base delta V. So we're bringing them in to get the station core, and just fixing its orbit, getting a rendezvous. So roughly the same delta V, around 3,000, I think is what I was shooting for, somewhere in there. So now for the station core, they're going to have to pull it from its launch booster, and then once it's pulled away, get behind it and attach to the bottom, and then they can tow it from there. And just doing the same thing with eyeballing my orientation, and then using the nav ball to align my approach. And chase cam kinda helps, not bad. Alright, get that free fuel transferred. So I need to write down kind of the rules. So now that it's pulled away, it's just going to undock, and we're going to fly around to the back and redock. So this is all 4 times forward speed, not 4 times time acceleration. Just so you guys don't have to watch half an hour of docking. I think this session was almost 3 hours long of getting all the space trucks and the truck stop parts into orbit. And here we go. There we are. Now we're going to put this station in an orbit of about 225 kilometers. I need to switch and make sure I'm controlling from the correct direction. Always check and make sure you're controlling your ship from the right way, which, as you can see right there, I wasn't. And there we go. And the engines are just far enough out so they don't cook those docking ports. Now, one section is going to hold the extra docking ports, and then the other section is going to hold the truss, and that'll still give me 2 sections to expand later, as well as the bottom, and if I needed to, I could even put something on the top. You can never have enough docking ports. So all of the space trucks, there's going to be a couple rules. Since these are civilians, they're not allowed to go to any sphere of influence that does not have some sort of mining and refueling infrastructure set up. So right now they can go anywhere in Kerbal is fine, and Duna is fine. But they can't go to Eve yet, as there's been no mining set up. So once they got there, there'd be no way for them to refuel. So much like when I set up for Duna, we're going to set up the Eve system the same way. And I plan on actually this season getting out and setting up Eve, and I also want to go to Drez, and I do want to tackle the Jewel system. But now, since the truck stop is set up, Space Bus 3 can go ahead and get that truss and get it attached. I had meant to actually finish getting the station built all in this episode, which that's what I had planned for this whole episode, was just to get the station built, all the space trucks and infrastructure launched. And once I got done putting that episode together, I realized it was like 45 minutes long, and that was without the little music video or any of the launches. So I realized that's like two episodes long, because I like to keep them around 20 minutes, and this episode still came out longer. We're at like 25 minutes. So we're just going to break it up into 2 parts. So eventually I'm going to have a scoreboard of all the space trucks. And I know Space Truck 1 and Space Truck 2 kind of have a little bit of a lead for getting some jobs before the other 6. However, Space Truck 1 is still currently stuck in the Duna system waiting for a transfer window back, and Space Truck 2 is waiting for a transfer window to Duna. So while they did get a head start, they're kind of at a disadvantage where they're just kind of stuck in a holding pattern waiting for transfer windows, and so they're hundreds of days before they'll get to do another job. And here we are coming up to the station. And now it's really important that we get this oriented the correct way and facing the correct direction. I briefly considered flying around to the other side of the station, and I'm like, I could just turn the station around. And that's what I did. So just slowly coming in and trying to get the trusses, as close as I can to perfectly aligned. Down. Nope. Probably should have had this oriented to the correct docking port, because it still was set. My target was still set as the one on the other side. Alright, we're just bouncing around. Didn't realize it was actually bouncing around that much until I sped the footage up. Oh, no. Need some more practice. Scherner, you need more practice. Almost. And, nope. Wait. There we go. And I'm gonna leave one of the solar panels down for now. But hey, we are on the start of our space truck, and next episode we will finish constructing the station. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. See you guys later.